Hi, my name is Mark Daly, and I want to welcome you to the step-by-step immigration form tutorial for the form I-485. That is the adjustment of status application, and this is the main application we use for getting a green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is a disclaimer, which is that I am an immigration attorney and I am not advising you personally on what to do and what to put in this form. See, I advise people all day, and what I do is I sit here and I listen to their stuff. They tell me all about their lives, tell me their immigration stuff, and then I tell them, well, here's what you need to put in the box of this form. And I'm not doing that with you guys. I don't know what you need to put into those boxes because I haven't heard your stories. So it's very important that you do not take this video as advice on what to put in to the forms. The purpose of this video is to explain what the form means, why the form exists, what the boxes mean, what the questions mean, and to give you some ideas about what the Immigration Service likes to see in those boxes on these forms in order to give whoever's filling it out a green card. So this is a tutorial. We're teaching you about the form, and what we found is that people get a lot of value and are able to connect the dots and put in what is appropriate in their situation and get good results with these forms. So the disclaimer aside, what is the I-485? This is the application that the Immigration Service is going to review to see whether or not you get permanent residence. They're actually going to register you for permanent residence, and what that means is that every year they have so many people that they allow into the country as permanent residents, and if you make it, then they're going to count your number as one of the people they let in for permanent residence, and they keep a good track of all the numbers on this stuff. Now, based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, there are questions that come up about who you are as an immigrant coming into this country. And the bottom line is, if they like you, you get in. If they don't like you, you don't get in. Now, who do they like? Okay, they like people who have followed the law. They like people who have obeyed all the immigration laws. They like people who are not going to go on welfare when they come in. That's the type of person that they like. So as we go through the form, you'll see the questions are designed to learn about you, and these are the issues that they're going to be questioning you on. So we're going to switch over now to a screen capture of the actual form, and we're going to take it from there on how to actually fill out the form. Well, here we are at the USCIS homepage. We use the USCIS homepage in these video tutorials because all the information that they publish on this website is definitive. I mean, this is where the rules are, this is where the procedures are, this is where all the good stuff is. So we want to show you how to get here, and we want to teach you how to work within this website, because depending on when you're watching this video, it might be quite a while since we made it, and the rules may have changed. They will publish changes in the rules on this website. So it's very important that you understand where this website is, and it's located at www.uscis.gov. And as we're going through the video, you can stop it and start it and get what you need to do this job. The way we recommend you approach it is that you go on and print out the form, the I-485, and then fill it out by hand. Fill it out with a pencil. That way you can mark it up, make corrections, make mistakes, and then after you've done it that way, go back, log on to this website, and you can type it up, fill it in on your computer, and print out a nicely typed form. It's going to end up, saving you a lot of hassle in the long run. So this is the main website here, and we have a video which goes into the procedure of filing this I-485 along with the other forms, the I-130, petition for the alien relative, I-765, work authorization card, I-131, the travel document, the biographic information, all the bundle of forms that go with it. We have a procedures video which talks about how to do that. And I like to also go into some of the procedural stuff on this video because this gives us a chance to go in depth on what's going on with this form. The other thing is that as we're going through this form, issues are going to pop up, and we're not going to be able to go into all the issues that arise from this form. This form is complex, it's very deep, and there's a lot going on with this form. So we also have some other tutorials that deal with some of these sub-issues specifically, and so you'll hear when we're going through this about that. So let's start then with a little background on this, more information. Permanent residence, green card. Hey, that's what we're trying to get. We're trying to get a green card. We're trying to get permanent residence. So a lot of people want to click on that and see what's going on with green card. Okay, so here's the permanent resident window here, and it says here, this section of the USCIS website provides you with information and directions necessary to apply for lawful permanent residence or green cards. You will have the opportunity to access information regarding ways to get a green card. A green card gives you official immigrant status, lawful permanent residency in the United States. If you are already a permanent resident, you may want to read now that you are a permanent resident. If you already know the specific path of immigration you wish to follow, visit one of the following: immigration through a family member or immigration through employment. If you are unsure which immigration path best fits your particular situation, see our general information sections. And there's the general informations. Additional information, okay, replacement. So here's one they talk about. How do I become a permanent resident while in the United States? Well, this is relevant because what we're trying to do, what we're doing, we are assuming that you are married to a U.S. citizen, that the immigrant has come into this country legally, and that you have not overstayed your visa. Now, we've talked about situations where people do overstay their visa because there's a lot of flexibility in when you marry a U.S. citizen. They will allow people who've overstayed their visas to get marriage-based permanent residency for the most part. We're going into those nuances on every form. So this is relevant to us, so let's click on it and let's see what comes up. Okay, here's some stuff. How do I become a lawful permanent resident while in the United States? Background. An immigrant is a foreign national who's been granted the privilege of living and working permanently in the United States. You must go through a multi-step process to become an immigrant. In most cases, USCIS must first approve an immigrant petition for you, usually filed by an employer or relative. Well, that's really, really broad here, but we're talking about an immigrant petition filed by a relative. That's that form I-130. Then, an immigrant number must be available to you even if you are already in the United States. And again, we know that when you're marrying a U.S. citizen, all the numbers are available. There's as many numbers available as they need to be. There's no restrictions on the numbers available. After that, if you're already in the United States, you may apply to adjust to permanent resident status. That is what we're doing. If you're outside the United States, you'll be notified to go to the local U.S. consulate to complete the processing for an immigrant visa. And we're going to be putting together another video tutorial basically covering all the immigrant visa through the consulate. But right now, this is all about adjusting your status here in the United States and getting a green card. For an excellent overview of immigration, please see the chapter and tables on immigrants in the Immigration Statistical Yearbook. Hey, look at that. An excellent overview of immigration. Well, let's look at that. Let's see. Immigration Statistical Yearbook. Well, I just happen to have it right here. Here it is. Immigration Statistical Yearbook is the annual flow report. U.S. Legal Permanent Residence of 2007.